Hi, I'm Jeff,
I'm Shalia.
and today we're going to be talking about reincarnation once again, but in a different way. We've made a couple videos about reincarnation already, and some of our, twin flame videos earlier on talked about reincarnation, but I wanted to get into the scope of things about reincarnation. Because I want to offer you an understanding. And the understanding is this. It's ultimately that...
You don't die.
Thanks. I didn't tell her what the film was about before I sat her down, so...
No, he just wanted to do it, so you got trolled. I'm like, all right, go ahead.
So, the understanding is this. You don't... nothing ever changes unless you change it. Of course, we have Charlie McFloof here. We got to do our proper intro. I'm so excited about the spiritual content that, Charlie's reminding me, and Shirley is reminding me politely, that we got to do a nice, warm intro to get you all warmed up and suited up and ready to watch the rest of the video, because the depth can get intense.
Oh, fluffy. I know. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, this is so cute.
You came for spiritual content, you got fluffy
you
dog.
You got a fluffy dog. We all love fluffy dogs.
Everyone loves fluffy dogs.
All right, I think we're good. You
good to go?
Let's talk. Let Dad talk.
Let's talk spiritual.
Yeah.
So, nothing is going to change unless you change it. And I don't mean like a temporary change. Like, I went on a diet and I lost 5 pounds. And then you slowly gain those 5 pounds back. That's not a real change. And you shouldn't be satisfied with a temporary change like that. And you want to start to think across lifetimes, like millions of lifetimes, for example. And if you die and you get a new body and you have a new family, you have a new job, you have new everything, nothing actually changes until you change. But once you change, it's a permanent change. And that's the only kind of change that you really want to be making, is permanent changes. Without a permanent change, nothing will change for you. And permanent means eternal. So the thing is, and if you've watched our last reincarnation videos, you'll have a better understanding of what's going on in this video. It's kind of like a part 3, I guess. Oh, McFloof is out. He's done his fluffy job.
Yeah, I found like some, fuzzy seed in his fur, and I took it out, and then he was done.
He's a little offended. Now he's got to look out the window and think about things.
It's okay, Charlie.
Well, he certainly does offer a fluffy relief from what can be a very challenging and intense information for some. And some of you are like, "Oh my God, just tell me the thing." Yeah. It's coming, don't worry.
It's coming.
Charlie's got to lie down first. Lie down. Stop antsing around here. All right. Peace. You want to look at life from a multi-lifetime perspective, because there's 2 choices that you can make. One is, this is the only lifetime I'm ever going to have, and so, nothing really matters, and I might as well get as much as I can, because I'm going to cease to exist at my death. And the other is to understand that at my death, I continue. And there's no, until you achieve an inner state of heaven now, there's no heavenly afterlife that you're going to wait to get to, where everything is great and perfect and you don't have to figure stuff out. There is that, sort of afterlife, but it's just a temporary thing. Like, you're staying at a rich guy's house and, you get fed really well and it's nice.
It's kind of more like palliative care. Yeah.
It's like going to the hospital or...
Yeah, because you're in transition between lives, and some people get very comfortable there and not want to reincarnate, but
you do.
But you have no choice but to reincarnate.
Because nothing happens there. Everything happens right here on Earth.
Well, it's for your spiritual growth. It's true when they say that Earth is really a big spiritual school, and that's it. Until you learn how to ascend yourself, you don't get to remain in the ether and the palliative care world.
Well, it's it's like make-believe land. Like it's Disneyland for a kid. It's a temporary place.
Right.
You're only supposed to be there temporarily, and it's supposed to spruce you up, make you feel good, and get you clear on what you did and didn't do. It's kind of like a pause, reassess, rest up, and come back.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not enough. It's not enough to make you feel satisfied in your next lifetime without real permanent change.
Right. Yeah.
And this is what we teach, is real permanent change. And real permanent change where you really want it is places like, well, my Harmonious Twin Flame Union.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? We're never going to be apart. This is never going to happen. If we die, we're going to come back again, and we're going to be kids, and we're going to be together.
Yeah. And of course, like, we would manifest very easily and obviously a situation where we could do that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
maybe we are next door neighbors and our parents are like best friends,
Mm-hmm. We'd grow up being best friends, and we'd never have to part.
Right. And that situation would be presented to us based off of our vibration, based off of what we achieved in this lifetime, what we attracted.
You don't architect your reality by writing it out on paper and deciding and moving stuff around. You architect your reality through your vibration.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And your vibration is, ingrained in your mind, and you can architect your mind through choice. And there's two kinds of choices. One is surrender, and the other is control. And that's the only choice you really have. Surrender to your creator, or try to control your situation. And you'll find that every time you try to control, you architect poorly, and it doesn't quite work out.
Right.
And you'll have to keep controlling, and it never ever quite works out. And that's the real end of that road of control, is it doesn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
But the moment that you start to surrender, everything starts to work out, but your control starts to fall away. And so you want to architect your reality by architecting your mind through surrender. Surrender to your creator. And your creator created you perfectly and provides for you the perfect format, the perfect architecture for your mind and for your life.
Right.
So in that way, you can live perfectly. Your life, every single element fits, makes sense, works out, feels good, is of service, is in perfect harmony with creation. Whereas in any place you have control, things don't make sense, don't fit, and don't feel good.
Mm.
And it's just that. It's nothing other than that. And so today's video, I had to give you a little foundation there. Today's video is about seeing the bigger picture. And you have to see the bigger picture. And, there's, once again, two ways to look at reality. One is I cease to exist upon my death. And if you believe that, stop listening to me, because this will be of no value to you. I'm telling you, you don't cease to exist upon your death. You continue on, and you reincarnate, and you continue this process until you achieve something eternal.
Many people with like near-death experiences, like there's like studies going on about this too, that like there is an afterlife, like there is like life doesn't stop, like death is just, like going into another room in your house, or
if you're genuinely curious and you genuinely desire to know the truth about whether reincarnation is real, watch some of our recent previous videos. And we've given you enough information that you can, look for yourself and decide, hey, this is real, there's merit to this, or I'm not going to believe this. I'm okay with either, but only one of those choices is going to bring you peace. So you have to moving forward, we understand that you've accepted that you continue to exist beyond death, and you never cease to exist, so you are eternal. And I want to talk about what sorts of, changes you can make in your life. You can either make a temporary change, like, well, I'm going to lose 5 pounds and look good for a little while, but I'm not going to do anything else. Or I'm going to sort of shift some things around. I'm going to starve myself and, lose 5 pounds. But then I'm going to eat whatever I want after that. Or, I'm going to change. There's a big difference between I'm going to lose 5 pounds and I'm going to change the way I live so that my body is in perfect harmony with my, you know, with my desires and with my reality and with myself. Harmony. Pointing yourself toward harmony ultimately points you toward God, your creator. So, and here's what I really wanted to get to, and here's the real revealing point. Some people in our spiritual community achieve harmonious union very quickly. We've had some within a couple weeks achieve it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Keely and Colby did it within a year, and now they're married.
Yeah, we have another Harmonious Twin Flame Union going to be married at the end of this month of this recording, so October 2019. So that's exciting as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we want to invite you to make a choice about your twin flame. And that choice is this. Are you going to try for a few days or a few weeks or a few months or even a few years and then give up when it gets too hard, or it doesn't come when you thought it should, or there's too many twists and turns in your twin flame journey that I think that, you know, I put 4 years in. I'm good. I'm good. I'm not going to try that anymore. I give up.
Yeah, when I hear that kind of talk, I'm thinking, you're a terrible lover. Like, really, like imagine, like, if that's what your twin flame is saying and thinking about you, like, oh, you're too hard. I'm just gonna go with a soulmate.
I'm just gonna give up on you.
You're not worth it. You're too hard. Yeah, like, I'm like, oh my God, like I think of that movie, like, it's so sexy, the Last of the Mohicans, where
I'm gonna grab something. You finish your story.
Yeah, where like this, you know, white woman, I guess, gets taken by Native Americans, captured, and he's like, you know, her lover is like, I will find you, like, no matter what, no matter where you go, I will find you, and I will bring you back to me. And like, that's a lover, like that's someone that deserves like their twin flame, because they're willing to do whatever it takes to be with them. We all love that moment in that film, if you have yet to watch it. So it's this.
So we're gonna do a little visualization here, exercise of lifetimes. So here is 100. Here's the number 100, right? So you can probably see it up there.
Yeah.
Let's say that that's your expected, you know, lifetime.
Okay, 100 years
100
old.
years, right?
Okay. A century.
Let's say, you know, now here is the number 5. Let's say you're going to give 5 years to your twin flame journey and then quit. But you're going to live the other 95 accepting separation. Right? 100 years of life, 5 years of twin flame journey, you know, pursuing your twin flame. Let's say you give up after 5 years. You know, and you quit. You get the other 95 years accepting separation. Nothing changes here, except during those 5 years you work toward change. Maybe in this instance you didn't achieve it. This looks pretty stupid, doesn't it? This looks really fucking stupid. I put in 5 years out of my 100.
It's just pathetic.
That's pathetic as fuck.
Yeah.
Let's say, you know, let's say you put in all 100. Right here, we just crossed out 5 because it's so fucking disgusting. All 100. Let's say you put in 100 years of twin flame journey, 100 years of mirror exercising, and that's a long time, you know, and your whole life, and then you die, you get to the afterlife. You're like, I put in 100 fucking years of spiritual work. Fuck this, I'm done. I'm gonna go do drugs. I don't know what people do when they leave their spiritual journey. 100 years. That might seem like, wow, I did it all. I gave it all, right? Let's put things into perspective. Since we can't put eternity on this paper, because this is not enough space, you know, you can't, there's not enough paper in creation.
Right.
There's no point. You can't, you know, eternity is infinite. You can't quantify it.
Yeah.
So let's just say, like, you know, let's do like a lot of zeros here. 1, 2, 3, 6. Each of these is like, you know, 10 lifetimes. Each of these sets of zeros here. And by the way, in an eternity, remember, this number is is meaningless. I think this is enough. I think we're gonna get the point.
We
with
get
this
the
number.
point, yeah.
So this. I'm just gonna say it's a lot. This is quite a few lifetimes, right? It's a 1 and a bunch of zeros, right? La 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 la. Each set of those 3s is like, you know, a multiple of 10 more lifetimes. You know, so this is how many lifetimes this is. You know, like scratch off the last 2 zeros. It's this many lifetimes. And that is nothing compared to the eternity that you'll live. And I hope this really sinks in for you. So 100 and, you know, and then this isn't even, you know, years anymore. This is lifetimes. I hope this really sinks in for you. And remember, this is nothing to the eternity that you actually live. And so when people, they quit after a few days, like, that's a fucking joke.
Oh my god.
Or a few months, you know, or a month, you know, or a few years. Like, that's really pathetic to me.
I just think of, like, we have a soul brother and he's lived, what,
4,000 years
4,000 years on this planet.
Mm-hmm. Just meditating, hanging out mostly.
Yeah.
Mostly meditating.
And he's actively on his twin flame journey in this lifetime to get into harmonious twin flame union and perfect union. But, I mean, the guy's already been here 4,000 years. I mean, like...
This doesn't really matter.
This doesn't really matter. Like, what does it matter? You're going to go 4,000 more without your twin? like, come on.
If you have
Just do the
to,
work.
you know.
Yeah.
If that's the price, it's the price. Because even 4,000 years against this number is nothing. It's really nothing. Like, this is the number in your bank account of years. You doling out 50,000 years for your twin flame journey, it's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Because after 50,000 years, and I'm not saying it'll take you that long, it probably won't unless you're really fucked up and you really, really, really resist the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't have to be that long. So this is worth it, so you can put in whatever it takes for you to have this.
Right.
And once you have this permanently, like that's how we teach, you have this forever, for eternity, all the rest of those, and then for eternity, right?
Yeah. And it'd be obvious, like, if you do come back or you have to come back, like, you know, there's usually like a reincarnation plan, and it's not necessarily a plan that you devise, but it's a plan based on your vibration. And, you know, there's sometimes for some people, there's a selection of parents you can choose from and situations that...
In most circumstances, you just trust, and it's fine.
But that's the thing, like, yeah, like you would be with your twin flame as a child, like...
If you have achieved harmonious union,
you keep it.
Whatever you achieve, if you achieve great wealth, you keep it. If you saw the people beforehand, in their reincarnations, you can see these rich people, they stay rich. And
you would naturally be harmonious with your twin flame because you don't know how not to be, because you've already healed that. Mm-hmm. So you know, you got it. It stays
forever. So you need to see death as not existing.
Right. That's really it. You had to,
And you need to see yourself as an eternal being, because death doesn't exist. This whole between lifetimes, it's crap. Like, you're gonna still keep doing you.
Like, you're not a finite being.
Yeah, and if you're really poor, like, and you don't like that, like, no one likes being really poor.
Right.
Then nothing will change. I promise. You can win the lottery, and it won't change for you. Maybe you'll be rich for, like, 50 years, or even 100 years. You'll be really rich, you'll win the lottery, but then you've got to figure it out again.
Right.
Because if you don't genuinely attain your wealth,
on a solid foundation,
permanently, you won't keep it. It goes away.
Yeah.
And it's worth it to learn these lessons, to change your vibration, to do the spiritual work. And that's what spiritual work really is. That's what ascension really is. It's changing your vibration permanently, so you make permanent positive change in yourself and your existence. That's it, nothing more. And that's what we teach you how to do through our work. Permanent positive change in whatever area of your life. And what people really wanted to hear from us was twin flames, because obviously we have it. Your ultimate lover, your perfect partner in life. Like, we just went on a 45-minute walk. We practiced music together this morning. I made her breakfast.
That was very sweet.
It's
I really liked that. And then you complimented my perfume.
Oh, well, it smells good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like what we have is amazing, and it'd be so inappropriate for us to not share it with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I promise you, we're very good at sharing this.
Yeah.
We're very, very good at helping people in harmonious union.
Like, we've healed divorce. Like, we never had to experience separation or divorce. We're like, this part of our life is permanently like handled. So like, I never had to worry about, oh God, I might be single someday. Oh, that's so terrible.
And for most of my life, this was not handled.
No.
It was like this was a gaping issue in my heart, in my soul.
Mm-hmm.
And it was never handled, and I always thought about it, and I always worked on it, I always tried to figure out how to heal it.
Same.
And then we healed it, and now it's done. And now it's not a problem anymore. In the place where there was a gaping hole, there's infinite light.
Infinite light.
Perfection.
Yeah.
And every area of my life that's been a gaping hole, I've used this work on, it's turned into beautiful, beautiful, overflowing love and joy and peace. So we hope that from this video, you understand a little better the scope of your existence and the price of change and whether it's worth it to make a permanent change or not. And I hope it's stupendously obvious to you that it's safe to make a permanent change in your reality and to pay whatever price you have to in order to attain that permanent change. Because, remember, you're still watching this video because you accept that you continue to persist beyond death.
Yeah.
Nothing changes, you continue living, and it just, the scenery might change for you.
Right.
So anyway, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
In another one of our juicy videos.
Yeah.
Please, if you like this, toss it a like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for joining us. Take care.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.